It's me. Hi. Hello, Green Apple. How are you? I just, yeah. We're just gonna kind of hop right in. How's everybody doing on this Monday morning? Hello. I don't know. I wouldn't say I don't have anything, but at the same time, depends. Let's see. Where is it? Nope, not here. I'm like opening up the files because I didn't open up the file before I left. I was like, is this one it? And I forgot, yeah, this is it, because this is the one with the cave story from it. I'm really proud of this one, not gonna lie. She came out fantastic. Let's move over to the art station. I'm still pretty proud of this one. I was not sure how it would come out, but I think it came out pretty well. Let's go to Crayon. We can finally get this girl done because I have been avoiding this one. Well, not on purpose, but like, you know, you kind of like just forget. Let's just make her hand. So how's everybody's day? How's everybody's day? It was bad. Hey, I've been lurking a bit. Got you daily. Well, I just started, so you good. I'm just kind of finishing up Rion after all this time because I've been working on. I finally, what is it? You know what? Might as well like put it up and show you guys. I've been like showing some pictures, on Twitter. Let's see. And the last update I did on this, I think, was Saturday or Sunday, but we got the flowers done finally. So originally it was just gonna be on one side of the screen. This is the original angle. But I thought, you know what, why not? Just put it on both sides. I wasn't sure if it would look right because I thought it would be too crowded looking, but it looks great. I think it looks great. Yeah. All that's left to do really is two things. Well, really it's one. Okay, so it's more like I gotta port this into OBS, and then what I have to do is that I have to what is it? Put it into OBS And then what I have to do is I have to, I don't even know. What is it? Port in OBS, and then what I gotta do is I gotta turn the clouds into a video PNG video. Because they're supposed to kind of be moving and stuff like that. And so then that's all I gotta do with that. And then we'll have our manga movie room. Our manga movie-ish room and stuff. And then, yeah, that'll be about it. And we can finally stop working on that thing. Like I said, I've said it in the past, I'm not like the fastest artist. I'm trying to, but you know, you got life. This thing called life, unfortunately, it's been bugging me. It's been bugging me as of late. Alright, there's nothing. What is it? Really, I like kind of do mean it when I say it. I'm just kind of drawing today, so I'm not really sure what to do. I'd say the only thing kind of interesting that's happened as of late is the fact that there has been like this show that like my mom's been watching lately. It's called The Amazing Race, and it's like, so I think like what, 10, 12, 13 teams like get together and they have to race around the world because, you know, yada yada yada, prize money and all that stuff. And what is it? I think we're like on season 5, if I remember correctly. Yeah, season 5. And it has been so funny, like all of us sitting down and watching like this show together, being like, all right guys, here's what we gotta do. And we end up just like watching all these teams. We've already picked like our, what is it? I picked 3 of my favorite teams. Unfortunately, when it comes to certain teams, I forgot their name more than others. So far, I'm liking Myrna. I liked Myrna and like her cousin, and I'm liking the 2 bowling moms and stuff like that. But like, I'm not sure about the bowling moms, but Myrna, like she and her cousin ended up getting eliminated, and I'm just like, dang it, that was my team. But one team I just can't stand. we were all dogging him, being like, bro, y'all are jerks. Because like some of them have like done stupid stuff like blocking the door. Because why would you do something like that? Why would you do that? I'm just gonna block the door to the challenge. And it says a lot when the host even comes out years later and is like, there are some teams where I'm so happy that they have participated and shown the world what it means to genuinely keep going. And other teams, I'm so upset that they finish. Listen, the host be having opinions, bro. Don't anger the host. You will be remembered on live TV. What is it? What I did actually really like the team. If I'm really hoping, what I'm hoping is that, like, because I know good and well they're watching it without me. Because that's just how it is. Because I'm interested, but you know, I'm like interested more like at the family setting when everybody's watching it. I'm hoping that the bowling moms at least get like 3rd, 4th place. Well, not 3rd, 4th place. Like, if I don't have a team that I really hope, because obviously not everybody's gonna get 1st place. I at least have certain teams that I wanted to get like at least, at the very least, 2nd and like 3rd place. Like, good and well, it was pretty kinda obvious that Myrna and her cousin were not going to like get 1st place. Not because like of anything wrong, it's just that like, so one thing I didn't say about Myrna is the fact that she has dwarfism. And I figured I don't think they're going to do it because there are a lot of times in the show where her cousin is like, come on, and she's like so far behind. But I still wanted them to like win and stuff, at least something. And they got out and I was so upset. And then there's some teams where I'm just like, lose. And I know it's like playing it up for the camera, but like, come on guys, you can do so much better than this. Stop acting like jerks on TV. Like, a good example, the same team who's in the group, Colin is special. Colin and his like girlfriend are so special because oh my gosh, the amount of cancel culture and stuff like that. The amount of times where it feels like somebody would like, if you aired oh my gosh, so many of these people, I'm just like, stop playing it up for the camera. You're going to look bad. Oh yeah, we got episode 2 of Shy today and it was perfect. I have not seen any like anime at all. I've been like kind of busy a little bit. Let's see. I do want to. I'm hoping when like, I'm not sure. Was it? I'm watching like 21 this season. Of course you're watching 21 this season. You always have so much anime you're watching, bro. I understand you saying you have a schedule, but like, calm down. The anime ain't going anywhere. The anime is not going anywhere. What is it? Oh, one character I do genuinely want to draw though. I mean, I have like a ton of characters I want to draw. There are a couple of VTubers I also want to draw, but I'm not sure if I can get to them as fast as I want to. Okay. Can we talk about this? So, as you guys know, I took a semi-small break from Twitter for a while. It was just some things that I was like thinking about, and I think it would obviously be good because Twitter is Twitter. But before that, a couple of days prior, there was this post going around, and it was talking about it was talking about so for anybody who doesn't know, right now there's currently a trend on Twitter where people are using this Patrick meme of Patrick in chains and being like, what is an opinion you have on da topic? And the opinion right now for one of them, what is it? The last big one was the VTuber one, but the current big one that's going on right now is the one in Artist Alley in the art community. And what ended up happening is some people started airing out their like annoyance with the fact that some people are making lots of Genshin art, and they're saying it's all Genshin. But then the people who are at Artist Alley have been calling it out, being like, you're just not looking hard enough. And, you know, that obviously sparked the whole debate. And I actually shot out a couple tweets about that, like, a lot. because I was like seeing, because like on the one hand, I really did understand what the artists were saying at the time. But at the same time, I understood, like, with, what is it? Well, yep, I'm seeing that one. Yeah. So, okay, so here's the thing. On the one hand, I understand what is it? So I guess let's go over what I tweeted. I tweeted something to the effect of, oh, hey, yeah, just because they were like, to all the people who are saying, oh, we're doing a popular series just because it's popular, I shot out, if that's the case, then why did none of y'all cash in on Oshinoko when it released? And the thing is, though, is if you remember you can say like, oh, well, I didn't know. No. You cannot say you did not know if that series was going to be a success or not. Because I remember so many people shilling out pre-made merch for Skippin' Loafer, and barely anybody made a peep about Skippin' Loafer. People are making a peep about it now that it's released. But before it released, nobody said a single cent about Skippin' Loafer. Nobody was talking about something like Skippin' Loafer. But then when the anime started releasing out and coming out, you start seeing more fan art, more love, more support, more screenshots and everything and stuff like that. No hate to Skippin' Loafer, by the way. No hate to Skippin' Loafer. And the same thing for Chainsaw Man. You saw people even making Chainsaw Man merch before the anime's release. Going back to Oshinoko, so many people were talking about Oshinoko. Oshinoko had so big of a campaign for it. There was a countdown to the anime's release. Anitubers were talking about that thing a year in advance. There was hype, there was buildup, there was so much hype and buildup about Oshinoko. And then the bomb dropped of Oshinoko's episodes, and how the first one was going to be an hour long. There was the bomb drop of Idol by not Yoroshika, Yasobi. And then it started bam, week after week. It started setting off records. Idol ended up hitting off the top charts and stuff like that. Yet when I went to go look for more fan merch of Oshinoko, it was non-existent. It was non-existent. There were not even posters. Something I figured that people would do, not even posters. There was like not a single poster. There were barely any like small keychain merch and stuff like that. Mind you, Oshinoko was getting talked about weekly. It was trending weekly. If it wasn't Oshinoko, it was the characters trending by themselves weekly. Because I'm hoping for free run merch at the next con I go to here. Oh, definitely. Same with free run even too. I wanted to say free run, but free run kind of got a mixed reception because people were kind of dragging on the opening theme a little bit. But free run too. And I'm like, why didn't you guys capitalize on Oshinoko? People were talking about that stuff a year in advance. People were openly shilling Oshinoko, being like, Oshinoko is gonna be the top anime of the season. Yet no merch artist made a peep about it compared to something like Genshin. And I understand it's a weekly, it's like a, seasonal anime, but the campaign for Oshinoko was so massive. No anime as of late has had a countdown like Oshinoko. Maybe Chainsaw Man, but that's because like Chainsaw Man was like really loved. Even Jujutsu Kaisen I remember when Jujutsu Kaisen was releasing, there wasn't even like a campaign for that. There was interest, but not the same. Not the same at all. What is it? Ad break. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna continue this hand. Listen until the ad break goes away. I'll continue. All right, ad break over. And so what I'm talking about, for anybody coming into the stream, I'm talking about this latest Twitter post where so many Artist Alley artists were saying we're capitalizing on the popular thing at the moment, which is Genshin, because popular thing is popular. But the problem is though, is that nobody knows how to capitalize. Nobody talks to the anime community or interacts with the anime community. The only reason why, and I know a lot of people are probably saying like, oh Kendra, well if you knew about this, why didn't you make any Oshinoko merch and all that stuff? First off, I'm not an Artist Alley artist. I am, however, very business-minded when it comes to stuff like that. Why is there more official Oshinoko fan merch out there? Official Oshinoko merch than fan merch. And don't tell me it's because, like, the copyright DMCA. And I already know, like, about the DMCA stuff. But, like, that has still not stopped a lot of people, is all I'm saying. I remember my first Artist Alley, I got a very good haul, though, from Cower Captor to Evangelion and even Fairy Tail hauls. Oh, not gonna lie though, if I find like Fairy Tail stuff like at a con next year, I would totally want to like buy at least a Lucy figure, mini Lucy, chibi Lucy, anything, because Lucy's my favorite because I'm basic. But I'm thinking like, why not use Oshinoko? And the thing is, I know what people are saying, like DMCA and DMCA. To be honest, I don't really get most anime merch. And it sounds about right. It depends. I only go after like my ultra favorite. But like, to continue. And so I know about the DMCA stuff. Number one, that hasn't stopped people before. But obviously I understand, since obviously Japan is a lot stricter. So if that's the case, why haven't you gone for other more popular series that don't care about copyright as heavily as it does? What about Fate? Why don't you guys stick to Fate merch? Fate makes billions even more than Genshin. Fate makes billions compared to Genshin. Like, if Genshin is making millions, Fate is making billions. And you cannot say that you do not understand the lore, because Fate lore and Genshin lore, you think some of these artists aren't doing Genshin stuff and don't know about and know about the lore? Really? You think every Genshin artist you see out there knows about the lore? I draw some of those Genshin characters too, just because I think their aesthetic is good. Fate sucks 90% of the time. Oh, shut your mouth. First off, Astolfo is great. I don't even know about Fate. You think that has, like, what I'm saying is, you think, what is it? I'm somebody who does not know a single thing about Fate, yet still has some of my favorite characters from it. If anything, why aren't you guys cashing in on the fact that Ilya is coming out with another season? I think sometime later this year or next year. Ellipses. We all know that you like Fate, Ventus. It's pretty obvious. Like, Ilya is coming out next year. Why not make Ilya merch? You know it's gonna sell. You know it's gonna sell. It's Ilya. She's adorable. There's a reason why she has like 3 movies. Or like, and then people are like, oh, I don't think I really want to get into the, Fate. And you know what? That's understandable too. The house writer who doesn't have any leg protection, his legs will literally burn. That's what makes it cooler. And then I'm just like, and then they're like, well, I don't want to get into Ilya because, not Ilya, I don't want to get into Fate because the lore is too complicated and all around I'm not interested in it. But then I'm just like, okay, what about Toho? What about Toho? It has just as much it was literally founded on the creation of lax restriction. The creator has come out and said that Toho's whole gimmick and the reason why Toho was made was because Japanese copyright is so freaking strict. If you need to know Fate lore, just ask. I really hate how many anime horse people just only know I really hate how many anime horse people just show skin there. What? What? I don't get it. What, anime horse people? I don't get it. What? The House Rider? What? Oh! I think you're talking. I think I understand what you're talking about. I think you're talking about centaurs and stuff like that. It's kind of I think it's because just like normal centaurs in lore just do not wear clothes and shirts like just in their lore. If you're riding a horse, your leg drags against the side of them. Talking about something big in Artist Alley. What about Ume Musume? Yeah, like that one. Like I understand like some things. I did hear recently. I just learned about the Ume Musume stuff. For stuff like that though. I think that's kind of different though, because the artists mostly just explicitly say that they don't want to see Rule 34. They don't want to see like not safe for work versions of the characters. And you know what? That's completely understandable. And the Japanese fan base goes above and beyond to be like letting people know, hey, no, not safe for work. The creator said no. And you know what? That's something that's really, really like cool. But something like Fate though, like capitalize on stuff like Fate, Toho, stuff that are like, I understand Genshin is popular. And I understand that. And it's not all Genshin. And you do have artists that go out of their way to, just flat out like, make original stuff and like all that type of stuff. But my thing is though, is the fact that like a lot of it also kind of boils down to, can I be real here? Some people on Twitter, some artists on Twitter, you just do not know how to diversify your like whole market. And you guys are like, well, what do you mean by that? That sounds kind of like just out there. Okay, hear me out. When I mean diversify, what is it? Yep, and the Yakuza are even keeping Ume Musume safe in Japan from everything not safe for work. Well, granted, it is horse betting, so I wouldn't be surprised. So, pretty much, what I'm saying is the fact that, like, not a lot of people who do the Genshin stuff, because I follow a ton of artists. Because here's the thing, it's not just the fact that people are making Genshin merch. I have seen flat out people making Genshin plushies, Genshin purses, Genshin wallets, Genshin keychains, Genshin posters, Genshin jackets, Genshin clothing lines. You got these keychain shops making bags, purses, clothing line, jackets, all this stuff. You cannot tell me it's not just that. And I understand online shops and in-person shops are different and stuff like that, but there's a reason why people are saying you guys are going overboard with the Genshin stuff. Not because it's all Genshin, it's just that you guys will go the extra mile for Genshin compared to, say, something like Death Note, where what are you gonna do? You just gonna print 400 Death Notes and then sell it at an anime convention? It's the extra mileness of it all that's I personally don't have a problem with. But definitely, oh, thank you, Music Boy. You permitted the word not safe for work. It's not the fact that you can't capitalize on Genshin. It's the fact that you're going the extra mile for Genshin compared to, say, your other favorite series, which obviously, yeah, but even when the popular series of the week comes out, like, let's be real here. Everybody was shilling Oshinoko, and y'all didn't go the extra mile for that, and that was announced a year in advance. Oshinoko had a heads up of a year in advance, and no, there was barely any merch made for it. Fan merch made for it. Seems reasonable to permit? Yeah. It's like, you guys don't know how to capitalize properly. And that shocks me because, like, why are you guys not like, Oshinoko was I'm like, I was flabbergasted because so many people were like, oh my gosh, you guys are people complaining about popular series being popular. And it's like, it's not that, like, here's the thing. And people were comparing it like to SAO, Homestuck, and all that stuff. The difference between something like SAO and like Oshinoko is that people were not as interconnected back then. So when SAO merch and stuff started coming out, it started coming out after the anime's popularity started coming in, and that's why SAO flooded the market like it did. And compare that to Oshinoko. Everybody's already shilling the anime and manga and stuff on Twitter. People, any tubers getting legit sponsorships to talk about Oshinoko. We're talking about it a year in advance. What is it? Gigak recently, like, you talked about, like, Ventus, you talked about, Frieren. I'm like, I always say that name wrong. What is it? When they were talking about, what's the anime? The anime that came out, the one that people are bashing because they don't like the opening to it. Frieren. Gigak talked about it like last year, and then Pipe and stuff was like building up. Problem is, Genshin has been running before Oshinoko and is still running now. Oshinoko is over, and now a lot of people are talking about it. Here's my thing, though. I'm not saying like go the extra mile and make a whole eye outfit and stuff like that. What I'm saying is, though, is like, you think people would still be like, you think people would capitalize on stuff in the moment. People are still capitalizing off a Chainsaw Man in the moment. Jujutsu Kaisen is always still getting capitalized on in the moment. Actually, Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't get capitalized on enough, despite the fact that fangirls are raving and riving and stuff about Gojo. Chip off the old block. I don't even know how to, like, do a split in half joke. I just had to do a chip off the old block. My problem with a lot of artists is that everybody will literally, like, hype up something, and then even though it has clear staying power, when it shows it has staying power, like, good and well, My Hero Academia. Why aren't a lot of people cheering on My Hero Academia? Not before. I'm talking about when it was, what is it? Say next year, Oshinoko gets its season 2. You should have merch prepared. You should have merch prepared. I'm not saying have 500 stockings and 200 mouse pads. Because Chainsaw Man people are talking about, mostly because Makima. And yet people are still not capitalizing on it. That's my problem. People are not capitalizing on Chainsaw Man because people were also complaining about the anime studio and stuff like that. My problem is nobody is pre-making stuff. I saw Chainsaw Man merch ahead of time. Yes, but it was small. A good example is this artist named Pemprika. Pemprika was making Chainsaw Man merch before Chainsaw Man released. They were making Skip and Loafer merch before Skip and Loafer released. And you know what ended up happening when she opened her shop again? People were going after Skip and Loafer and Chainsaw Man merch. Now, obviously, that's not the case all the time. What I'm saying is that these people complain, being like, people are ragging on us for doing the popular thing when it's popular, and you guys aren't prepared. You guys are not prepared when the actual stuff happens. If you knew that Makima, what is it? And the thing is, it's not like you don't have it. Remember, 2022, so much hype was built around it. So much good news and anime and stuff people were cheering on were like coming out. Panty and Stocking was celebrated for like 3 whole days. That should have signaled to you to immediately make Panty and Stocking merch. If you see like, I'm like getting excited. What is it? Panty, like, what is it? Wait, now that Panty and Stocking is getting its season 2, if you saw the hype surrounding it, you should have Boom, start making merch right now. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could be just a poster, a decently sized posters, not postcards, because nobody's gonna keep up with postcards. Decently sized posters, 1 or 2 of the characters or both panty and stocking together, 3 posters, there you go. That's it. Do them in your style, do a couple of keychains, bookmarks and stuff like that. Have that at a decent size. I'm saying, like, don't even, like, what is it? What I'm saying is that, like, I'm not saying roll out 50 of the items. I'm not saying, like, roll out 500 items. I mean, have seasonal, what is it? I'm not saying even do it every single season of anime. A good example. Nobody was hyping up Heavenly Delusion. So, like, despite how good the animation and the storytelling was, don't make merch for Heavenly Delusion. That would be stupid. But if you hear something like Oshinoko a year in advance, you should stockpile a small section of merch for that. So that not only do you have merch for that time, you eventually have merch for when season 2 comes out and stuff like that. You see what I'm trying to get at? Be prepared is what I'm saying. Because you don't know when something like is gonna come out and be like, oh man, this was like really good and stuff like that. I'm not saying, like, obviously you have to be prepared for everything, but you gotta be prepared is all I'm saying. Because a lot of these people who are like, and I also understand also, you can't just make stuff willy-nilly. Which is why I'm saying, like, you gotta be kind of prepared for it. You gotta be, like, here's the thing. A lot of the stuff in the anime community, let's be honest here, let's be honest to God here, a lot of it is built on hype. Not all of it is sustainable. But, like, a good example. The Oshinoko team did not, actually, you know what? Here, let me use this as an example. Yeah, okay. So when Oshinoko was airing, they knew it was gonna be big. They shielded out, they did everything. But you know what they didn't do? Be surprised about when people were starting to buy merch and stuff like that. There's no reason why they were shilling out the Bunny Day merch. Which, by the way, still think a certain character, nah, fake, padded. I don't know. Basically, like, don't be surprised that the hot series of the season was the hot series of the season. They pulled out, what I'm trying to say is, if you see a series and you see the hype, not just the hype, the marketing behind it, you see all this stuff rolling out about it, even if it's just for that season, notice the hype, capitalize on it. Like something like Frieren, as much, and I know Ventus, you were like excited for Frieren, and everybody was excited for Frieren, but I would not make merch for Frieren. Can I be absolutely real with you? Not because I couldn't make merch for Frieren, but because there was not an exceptional amount of hype generated for Frieren. Compare that to, say, like Oshinoko. There was hype from fans, but the overwhelming anime circle, I would not do it because the anime sphere was not excited for it. Compare that to Oshinoko, the whole anime sphere was excited for that. It was excited for the series. And so then like, what is it? Like One Piece, also for One Piece, like you got some people who only now are starting to make merch for One Piece because of the success of the live action and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, actually no, that one was like, actually no, kinda. It depends. This one's kind of tricky because on the one hand, the double-edged sword of making like merch for if a series is gonna get a live action, say like Yu Yu Hakusho that's gonna come out eventually, is the fact that on the one hand, if the show is a bomb, if the show bombs, what it's gonna do still is it's still gonna bring the stuff back into relevance. That's why Death Note has become relevant again, because the live action was so bad. And people are now like capitalizing on that bomb of a movie with talking about the Death Note musical and stuff like that. And kind of just like that. Another good example. There's this one girl I follow. Her name is Kaozia. Kaozia, if you know Kaozia, for some people that name might sound familiar. Kaozia is very much her whole aesthetic. She's kind of switching things up now. And no hate to Kaozia. I'm gonna say this ahead of time. Do not harass these artists. Do not harass anybody, because we have to say that nowadays because people get crazy. Kaozia is very business minded. She has to think about her stock, because not only does Genshin, she doesn't just do Genshin. She does merch for Azur Lane. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Going back to the art station. Alright, I got kind of heated there for a minute. I guess what I'm trying to say is, what were we at? We were talking about Chaosia. Catching my breath here, catching my breath. So, there's this artist I follow. Her name is Chaosia. Chaosia's whole repertoire and her whole aesthetic and her gimmick for her account, even though she is kind of changing it up as of late, is keychains. That's her whole thing, acrylics, and that's her whole website and everything. And she constantly posts like ad break ends. Oh no! Okay, hold on. I leave for a few minutes and I'm already hit with ads. Yeah. I think that actually looks pretty good. Pretty good. What is it? 3, 2, 1. There you go. Ad break over. So what is it? I follow this one artist. Her name is Chaosia. Her whole gimmick is keychains. I like Chaosia's method, and pretty much that's one of the reasons why I kind of called out the artist alley thing, because that's her whole gimmick. And on the dime, she is immediately prepared. Because I think a good example was when, I think near the beginning of this year or last year, because I don't remember, I didn't follow Bocchi the Rock. The moment Bocchi the Rock blew up in popularity, she was already making videos, videos, keychains, all that stuff on Bocchi the Rock. It was not immediately as soon as the anime came out. It was just a slow build. But the moment she saw that it was coming out, she immediately started drawing videos and merch for Bocchi so she can sell it on her website and stuff like that. What I'm saying is that you gotta be on top of this stuff. You gotta look at the anime community and be like, what is happening right now? Because nobody expected something like Bocchi to blow up as big as it did. And now she has Bocchi merch on her store, is what I'm saying. To bring it, or if she doesn't have it on her store, she has eyes already looking at her being like, oh good, she's drawing Bocchi. And then when people find out that she's drawing it to put on her store, it's like, oh my gosh, she now has Bocchi. I want to check out and maybe buy that Bocchi keychain and stuff like that. It's kind of like, you gotta be on top of it, is what I'm saying. You gotta have your eyes peeled and open to the anime community, because you can usually tell what's gonna be hype and what's gonna be extending, long lasting. If a good example, K-On! You'd be dumb if you didn't think if you put K-On! Merch on your store, you might get some K-On! Sales. Because for some reason, K-On's never gonna die. I remember K-On! When it was big. Now people draw K-On! With sports stuff. I don't know why it's lasted this long, but it's kind of funny. But, that's the power of cute girls doing cute things. Another good example, Madoka Magica. Next year, a movie's coming out. Make Madoka merch, bro! Do you know how many shippers and cute girl lovers and everything's gonna come out? Magica Record, I can understand why nobody made merch on that. Dub was alright, and it was, it came with a mobile game and stuff like that where you had to learn more of the lore for. But Madoka Magica, finally the conclusion of this movie, take advantage of that, bro. There's gonna be, good and well the studio's gonna be capitalizing on that. And you can't say oh, the copyright stuff is gonna come at me. No! Because with the recent rise of people really, really, really pushing magical girls into the mainstream, with drawing more Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, and all that stuff like that, Bro, Monica's just had the freedom of reigning just supreme within the list, despite the fact that her series, well, I wouldn't say her series is the opposite of like something like Sailor Moon and like stuff like that. Another also thing, a good example, and this is also one of the reasons why I have not completely dismissed, like, here's the thing, I make fun of shoujo girlies. They're like shonen bros with their power scaling, only they complain about shoujo being shoujo something misogynistic, it's problematic. I still watch it and I still love it despite those problematic things, but I don't support it. But if I got in that argument, we'd be here all day. Shoujo artists, immediately when people started bringing up and raising awareness on series like Princess Tutu, you know what those shoujo girlies did? Immediately adds Princess Tutu into their repertoire. Well, not too immediately. Some of them I was just kind of like, guys, you don't start adding them now. But people started upticking and started talking about Monica, started talking about Tutu again. And people started adding them into their like clientele and stuff like that. All I'm saying, you gotta be on top of it, you gotta pay attention, you gotta be around the communities and stuff like that, because if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on things that you're like, man, I should have capitalized on that. Because that's always the thing that people talk about at the end of the day. Man, I should have capitalized on it. Man, I missed out, and all that type of stuff. Especially with like Princess Tutu and stuff like that, with like people making their own fan merch and stuff like that with the series. Not fan merch, along with the anniversary was this year. Tell me you guys didn't know that, huh? Yeah, Princess Tutu's anniversary was this year. You know what I did immediately upon finding out? I bought Princess Tutu merch. And then I brought Princess Tutu fan merch. It's not a lot, but I actively searched out Princess Tutu merch and everything because the anniversary was this year and I genuinely wanted it. I even alerted the Princess Tutu subreddit because why would I do that just for myself? I always got to be on top and be prepared for that type of stuff. I always got to pay attention too. You always gotta. I also hope you guys like this belt. Wow, they had an anniversary this year? Yeah, because this was the 10-year anniversary. Yet nobody was talking about it except for the Princess Tutu Twitter. I had to relay all of the art and voice actors and commentary and stuff to the Princess Tutu subreddit because nobody else on the subreddit was talking about it. And people are like, oh, there's Princess Tutu merch? And I'm like, yes! Yes! Go! We have 20, what is it? I was relaying it so much that I got tired and I moved on. And then when I went back to it, we had a near 24 hours until the thing was like over. I have it on my bag right now. It was a Princess Tutu card key holder. I love it. Had a beautiful illustration on it and everything. I love it. And I'm just like, and then the same thing last year. What happened with the Penguin Drum subreddit? Nobody knew that the anniversary, everybody knew about the anniversary, but nobody was knowing about the anniversary merch that was coming out. And I relayed all the Penguin Drum, it's called Mawadu Penguin Drum, the final V recap movies. Mawadu Penguin Drum, I Love You. That's the full title. And I relayed all the merch, the deals, the hotel stuff, everything. I just can't wait for that the subtitles to come out for the anime because I know it got picked up. But stuff like that. I still kind of wonder how they're gonna do certain things with it. But you know what I mean. Just kind of stuff like that. But nobody knew Princess Tutu's thing was coming out this year because nobody was paying attention. Because people like Princess Tutu, but nobody talks about Princess Tutu. This is, again, if I get into it, this is kind of one of the reasons why I am very critical of the shoujo community, because they're talking about how they want people to make more shoujo anime and talk about more shoujo anime, yet the shoujo community, dead in the face, you will tell them, unless the series is dead on popular, they will not talk about it. And even then, if a series is popular, they won't talk about it anyway. or make a big hype about it. Like a good example, how it took so long for shoujo YouTubers to like genuinely be consistent and put stuff out there, and even then their content is all just about how complaining shoujo is misogynistic and stuff. I don't care about what's misogynistic. Tell me the critical theories. What is it? What is it? A good example to like genuinely put into perspective. I will go out and I will find 50 million essays on the philosophy of Goku, Piccolo, Gon from Hunter x Hunter, Bleach of Ichigo, and recently I picked up this essay of Monster that I'm only going to watch the moment we do a watch along with Monster, because I've never watched Monster before. But, and I do mean but, nobody, and what is it? I even want to know, there's a video by the Anime Man of the first hentai. When I went and I wanted to look up after a long time, I thought to myself, you know what? If that's the case, what's the longest running shoujo? I couldn't even get a definitive answer because nobody was no. I couldn't even get a definitive answer. You can find maybe the first shonen. You can find the first shonen. You cannot find a singular answer on the first shoujo or the longest running shoujo. Because you can, what is it? You can find out info of the longest running anime. You can find out the info on what happened to the Doraemon author. You can find out info on Inuyasha and all these other popular series out here, ecchi-wise, other stuff. You can barely find anything on shoujo. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, shut up about shoujo being misogynist. What's the philosophy of Toru Honda? What's the philosophy behind Toru Honda? I know I'm complaining about the girlies now, but if I keep this up, I'm gonna end up like locked up in my basement of insanity in my mind again. And stuff like that. I know. What is it? A good example, like, I remember going, and the thing is, it's not a recent thing either. I remember going out of my way when I was like a kid, because I would find so many, because as much as I did get into anime via shoujo, not shoujo, I got into anime via shonen. It's my first anime being Dragon Ball. And if I really kind of want to wing it, a bit of Inuyasha as well. And as I got older, I was like, I want to see more videos about the philosophy and everybody's opinions on Princess Tutu. I found 2 videos that actually went in depth about Princess Tutu. And one of them was literally a comparison of what I thought Princess Tutu was going to be, what I actually got. And it was by that one dude who like stomped on that Hillary Clinton board. Of like the Hillary Clinton poster board. Being like, what do you mean no Madam President? I know I talk about the girly sometimes. Inuyasha is my favorite fanfic. And the thing is though, is like, you have like a lot of people who will like talk about like, what is it? Would you technically count Yasuhime as, no, technically Yasuhime. No, people didn't talk about Yasuhime because it was rushed, because it was doing by like modern anime standards. I think if Yasuhime had come out years after Inuyasha, where like Rumiko was still like top dog, it would have probably did something, but it didn't. Not only was it rushed, it was like, it was good sometimes, but for the most part it wasn't. It was not. But if we did that would be we don't need to talk about that. my like I said, I had my issues with like the we like got so off topic. We got so off topic. We were talking about that. But basically, to conclude my thing with like Chaosia and stuff like that, when we were talking about the merch stuff, what I'm saying is that I don't want to see you guys complaining when, well, it's, how should I put this? Capitalize on stuff when you see that it can be capitalized on the, okay, the ending seems like such a cliffhanger to me. Yeah! From like what I hear, people are pretty much the biggest hype. Can I be absolute? I know this is like the worst thing to say, but can we be real here? The most hype Yasuhime got were 2 events. Number 1, when people Number one, when the first episode aired, and number two, when the English dub actor died. Let's be. I know that sounds hard. I know that sounds like cold-hearted, but let's be real here. Not even Inuyasha reuniting with his daughter was talked about. You think it would have been talked about? It just wasn't. Yeah, that says a lot. Is all I'm saying. I'm just saying that says a lot. Was a great episode still. Yeah. I did hear, like, what is it? Like, pretty much. My only complaint was the fact that they brought back the final act English dub actress for Kagome and not the original Kagome actress. Okay, so for those that don't know, there were two actresses who played Kagome in Inuyasha. There was the one who talked throughout the original anime. There was the one in the original anime. I don't remember her name. And then there was the one for Final Act. There are two different voice actresses. The 90s one was the better one. The dub actress for Final Act was not terrible, but I wouldn't say she was. It's like she was trying to mimic the original Kagome, and it shows. It really shows. It really shows. Didn't even notice because this audio quality was so different. Yeah, it was also a lot clearer. I don't know. I didn't like her voice. I know it sounds cold-hearted. But if you know, you know. It's like if they replaced Johnny Young Bosch. It's not noticeable. It's not the fact that they couldn't have him. It's not the fact that they couldn't have him for Vash still, but it's just so appreciative if you did. Didn't help the fact that they actually did do that for Stampede, and then people were being like Johnny Young Bosch should be Vash, which I was on that hype train too, but then I was like, hey, wait a minute. We're screaming Johnny Young Bosch. Are they gonna invite any of the other voice actresses and actors back? Because the only one they could never invite back is the voice actor for Knives, because he died. But they totally could bring back the voice, and they can't bring back the voice of Millie. If they couldn't bring back the voice of Millie because she retired back even during she retired, the voice actress for Millie retired all the way back when even the movie released, the Trigun movie released. What was it? Trigun Badland Rumble. So she was already down for the count. But the voice actresses for Meryl and Wolfwood, who are in the anime, are the voice actresses for Meryl and Wolfwood were there. But what is it? They were alive, but they were not invited. And everybody was like, you could, why? Why didn't you do that? Just a little, why didn't you do that? Thank you. I don't know, I kind of have my own thing about it. I still liked everybody though, I still liked it. I think Johnny sounds a lot different in the anime, but that's probably mostly because number one, simulcasting, number two, the man is old. Just the fact that he's old. But yeah. We got so off topic. I always do this where I have an explanation and either I say it right or I don't say it good at all. I hate when that happens. What am I even trying to say? Just capitalize on your stuff, everybody. Capitalize on your stuff. I don't even know. What is it? I guess to go back because we got so off track and off topic. What I was trying to say is that is there's this artist I follow, to at least loop it back around. You just gotta capitalize and see. You gotta look around, you gotta capitalize, you gotta make sure you're doing like, not the bare minimum, but like just noticing the atmosphere of the anime community, because as much as I do like artists in the community, I don't think a lot of them pay attention to what the anime community is up to. They will focus obviously on their repertoire, but you got some of them who are like on hiatus and stuff like that, and like you think they would kind of like notice that, and then they just kind of don't. What is it? I didn't even notice because, wait, no, you already said that. I don't know. I had like, I know, I hate when I do this. I always end up like having a whole like thing about it. And then I end up dragging it out, and I end up getting off topic and stuff like that, and I end up not paying attention or concentrating on the subject at hand. I hate when I do that. Technically, I can get rid of this photo now. Sorry. What is it? Is that not? No, I already got rid of it. Oh, dang. Alright, there we go. What is it? I guess quote unquote, just to loop, to go back to what we were talking about. What is a topic but a miserable pile of secrets? Oh my gosh. What is it? So pretty much what I was trying to get at, I guess if we can get back on the topic and not be like, you know, kind of dragging it out. Basically, what I was trying to get at is there's this artist I follow. To talk about what we were talking about, capitalizing on like, capitalizing on your like, on the anime community. Because as much as I do understand a lot of artists and how they feel towards like, oh, Artist Alley like helps me pay the bills. One thing I think the anime community, and this also goes for the anime community too, like be vocal about what you want to see from the thing. Because here's the thing, the artists are still right about what they mean, because like, let's be real here, fan art and stuff like that, it like does pay the bills, but it's not the only thing they can do, because they have bills. They have like bills. They have to worry about DMCA and stuff like that, and all that type of stuff. But what I think the anime, what I think really they just like, you guys got to pay attention to what is popular and what's being talked about in the community. Like I said, I would not make merch for something like Free Aaron. I would make merch for something like Jujutsu Kaisen. I would capitalize on Jujutsu Kaisen, like right now. Some like a lot of people are now. And the thing with Jujutsu Kaisen was the fact that like nobody knew that nobody knew that the anime and stuff like that was gonna get as hype as it did. When something does not have obvious hype, don't just immediately jump for it, because you may not know if that thing's gonna get popular or not, is what I'm saying. But for stuff that is so obviously like has such a big marketing campaign, I've seen people, regardless of what they do, still like jump on board the bandwagon, because let's be real here, DMCA or not, you gon' get your money somehow, some way. Oh brother, I don't know, I'm kind of bad with it. Oh my gosh, I can't do this necklace thing. What? Thing blew out my nose. I think it just boils down to like paying attention. I do also think conventions should be definitely more consistent with it. And obviously, you know what? If you're doing Genshin merch, have at it. I just think what I'm trying to get at is when it comes to popular thing being popular, diversify your popularity stuff. Like, go after, like, what is it? There's an artist I follow. I think her name was Hayadane. She does Genshin stuff, but she also capitalizes on Fate stuff. She capitalizes on Fate stuff. I bought from her. And I, like, remember saving for like a whole year. Which, you guys are like, how do you save for a whole year? For something that's like $13, $15? Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you the story of how I'm broke. Was it during my keychain phase? And I don't know. I'm pretty bad at this. Well, no, I'm not bad at this. I don't know. Every time I get on this topic, I end up like, it sounds like I'm like having second thoughts and I'm backing away to, I guess, be like future controversy or whatever. But I genuinely am trying to like give, I guess, quote unquote advice. I wouldn't say advice and stuff like that. But like trying to, I guess, speak on like a consumer level with a business like mind with it. And even then, like, I'm not correct all the time. I'm not correct. I can't say I'm correct because everybody's laws and stuff are different, and Japan is like super serious when it comes to their laws and stuff like that. And it sucks because they know that fan stuff, but let's be real here, a lot of them are old people. A lot of them are old people that don't understand. They don't understand the way fan merch works. They're finally expanding, but it's slow expansion. I don't know, I'm still cracking up with this one. What is a topic but a miserable pile of secrets? I know we kind of went off topic and like talked all around it and stuff like that. I was just, whatever. No, I shall not let it be lukewarm. I guess pretty much what I'm trying to get at. What am I trying to get at? Pretty much when you listen, I guess it's kind of like this. To make it more palpable, when you see something get undeniable amount not the ad break. It warned me ahead of time. Oh brother, what is it? Let's wait a little bit. I'm learning this. Let me see something. Let me see her necklace. Okay, I see. Alright, there we go. What is it? There we go. Okay, the thing is gone, guys. It's gone now. What is it? When you see something that has undeniable amounts of hype to it, pay attention to it. Pay attention to the hype. Pay attention to what the hype will bring. Because and the thing is, it's not going to be like regular hype. It's not going to be the same type of hype all the time. Like, what is it? Like, again, it's not, this is not advice, obviously, to follow to a T, because like I said, everything is different. Some things gain, what is it? Some things gain hype later than others. Some things don't get hype at all. Things that deserve to get hype, too. But something like Bocchi the Rock was definitely something that kind of opened my eyes to it, I guess. Where people immediately were just giving it its dues and immediately being like, we gotta capitalize on something like that, because if we don't, then it'll come and go as if nothing happened. I guess, if that's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Though if I think of anything, I do think that people are kind of, well, actually no. I ain't even gonna lie about that one. Cause much as I want to believe, I just hope somebody, I guess, like I said, don't take, I wouldn't say take any of my advice. I think you should, like, take more advice from your peers than from me. I just think, like, what is it? If you notice something and you don't see anybody else doing it, do it yourself. I don't know, I'm bad with this. I don't know, I went on like my whole, like, I went on like this whole thing. I'm like, guys, I don't know. I don't know, it kind of ended up spawning and we ended up having like a completely different conversation by the end. Of shoujo girlies and stuff, and I knew good and well that it would be like that if I did that. I'm so dumb when I do that. I don't know, do you guys have anything way better than what I'm talking about? Because I'm just flabbergasted. I don't know. We like talked for an hour for like rambling nothings. Well, I wouldn't say it was completely rambling. It depends. I slept 3 hours because I had class, then got home, slept 3 more hours, and got up for another class. I'm dead. Hey, listen, sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes you just wake up dead, bro. It's just how life is. Sometimes the dead is dead. And the dead is dead. I need to, one thing I need to do is when we get on topics like this, I need to get notes. Because I was totally preparing for like notes and then I forgot and then we're here. And now, I guess because it feels awkward to me, it feels like awkward silence to me personally. And if it just feels like, oh, I could have done this and that in the conversation to be a lot better. And it's like, girl, you did do it. My dad is, no! Oh, like not for real, is he? Oh no. I don't know how to gun. I don't know. You. I don't know. Don't worry. That's just, listen, that's just how it is sometimes. Eventually we all meet our makers, all I'm saying. We all do. We all do. One of these days, someday, we're all going to meet our makers. Gosh, this looks trash. Alright, blur this even more. Because I'm trying to do good flower necklace, and I'm not gonna do it like the chain belt. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then connect this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This looks trash. This looks trash, dude. Looks like a chicken. Some of these look really trash. Oh my gosh. Oh no, it ain't. Ah, I see. Hold on. Let's be real. Remember. I didn't put this in the rules, but I will put it in the rules because I did put it in Discord. If we're talking about very sensitive stuff like this, don't put it in the chat. Don't. Not because it's not, obviously, because it happens and stuff like that, but we also want to remember. Because unfortunately, I am not a god, and unfortunately, unfortunate. But that is pretty sad, and I really hope, and I really, what is it? I'm trying to find. This sounds so cold-hearted, but I'm trying to find the right words. But I am sorry for your loss, and I really do hope that you get better. Stuff like that isn't really easy. It's not easy getting over something like that. And while I haven't experienced it myself, well, it's all, well, I don't know. What is it? I don't know. Personally, it's only been positive for me. Hey, listen, sometimes it's like that too. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's good that some people get out of your life, and sometimes it's not. It depends on the person who you're connected to. It's so really easy to detach. Yep. Sometimes it's just like that. Oh, okay. We were talking about that the whole time and I completely forgot. So we were talking about in the Discord. I know X, you were there, and I know Ventus and them were there too. So recently, Niji Sanji debut, not Niji. Well, spoilers for what the topic is about. V Shoujo entered and like just released their newest member, Kuro. I'm so late to the party, duh. But we were like talking about other things. And one of those things. Oh, that's perfect. All right. They were talking. What is it? They released their new member, Kuro. Can I be absolutely clear with you guys? This is gonna sound weird. I was on the fence because I was like, "There's no way they're going to add. You know, they're gonna add." I was like thinking they're not gonna add Mista to the branch. Number one, he's a dude, and then this is gonna sound completely weird, but hear me out. The moment in his trailer, he did that weird lip thing where he licked his lips. I was like, oh, so that's Mista, because that sounded exactly like him. Mind you, I am not a Mista fan. I am not a Mista fan. I was like, this sounds like Mista. Mind you, I have not seen like a lot of clips. I've consumed Mista's stuff through clips. And I was immediately able to pinpoint. Maybe it's just because like voices are easy to detect and stuff like that. That sounds so weird, but like hear me out. It sounds so weird. You guys get it, right? You guys get it? What is it? What the heck? Wait, you recognize people by the way they lick their lips? Lewd. No. Okay, so I don't know why, but for certain people, you can immediately like kind of understand, like you can immediately be like, you can pinpoint their voice. You know how like, what is it, back then when people recognized Nazuna for how she like sighed when she was debuted. She was like, ah, and I was like, that's Nazuna. That's Nazuna. Mind you, I'm not a Rushia fan either, and I was able to pinpoint that. She was like, huh, where am I? And everybody was like, that sounds like Rushia. Hey. I know that sounds super lewd, but like you gotta like you go like I don't know. I can tell with it. I can tell with this type of stuff. I don't know why. Listen here, you little frick. I'm sick of this necklace thing. It's getting on my nerves. Okay, but lips? That's not even vocal. I don't know. I really genuinely wish I could tell you. I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. Where is it? What is it? Just go back with all this nonsense. Like I said, I don't know. I'm kind of weird with that type of stuff. It's a weird thing that I picked up and I was like, oh, that's Mista. I really wish I could tell you why that's a very specific thing that I picked up, but hey, sometimes you just tend to pick up the weird stuff. Ugh, this is so annoying. is it? I just really wish I could tell you why I picked that up. I just did, because I'm a weirdo. And I think it's even weirder because I'm not even really like a Mista fan. Like I've said on this, I've said on the channel before, I'm not somebody who's into boy bands, Bishonen guys, kind of like that. I actually went back and looked at all my favorite male characters, and all of them were hobos. Yes, Howl is technically a hobo. Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. That man's a hobo. Yukito Kunisaki from Air, hobo incarnate. He even died a hobo. He lived the lifestyle. He has a castle, not a hobo. Yeah, but does that castle really look like a castle if it looks like it's about to fall apart at any second? Does it? Does it? What is it? I bet your house ain't much better. You got me there. You got me there. I don't have a calcifer. I don't have a calcifer in my home. I wish I did though. Save so much electrical bills. Oh brother, what is it? Was it that one guy from Suzume? Yeah, him too. They're all hobos, but they're my hobos. You want your man's heart in your home? Dang. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Dang. Dang. Would you come on? Don't you want the heart? Don't you want the heart? The heart wants what the heart wants, and in this case, it's bacon. Gosh, I can hear the show. I can hear The Amazing Race. Gosh, some of those teams are terrible. There we go. Some of these I'm just not gonna get right correctly. I just gotta accept it. No matter how correct I want it to be, it'll never be what I want it to be. Maybe if they were hot, maybe also a girl. But technically Calcifer is hot. I mean, in more ways than one. After all, he was born of a star, am I right, guys? The shooting wish? The shooting wish? What is it? Okay. What is it? Oh, yeah, okay. Also, one other thing. So, I talked about this a couple of days ago. As you guys have noticed, I've been updating the playlist, the Kendrillion playlist as of late. And I think it's so funny. Like, we went from like 50 songs because I got lazy setting it up. And we went from like 50 songs to like 100, and we got like all the way to 100. I'm pretty sure we're like at 180, I want to believe. Yeah, I had a lot of songs throughout my childhood. Songs that I'm rediscovering or like hearing again for the first time. Like I said, it's gonna be updated regularly with old songs, new songs, all that type of stuff. It just depends on what the songs are. A good example, I know at one point I'm going to add a couple of Nagi Yanagi songs. Some songs I'm not going to add yet because I want to do them for a project in the future. Because, what is it? A good example. I'm not gonna add the songs from the Jun Maeda album. I'm not gonna add the songs from the Jun Maeda album, not yet at least. And which album am I talking about? The Flaming June album. The collaboration between him and Nagi Yanagi. I'm not gonna add that yet because the way the songs are ordered is, how should I put this? The way the songs were released were kind of weird. And it would be like kind of weird to put them in the playlist because all the songs are, number one, it's an anthology series, so all the songs aren't interconnected, but you know, they have a theme. But the problem is like I would have to make a whole other like separate playlist for it and to like listen through everything in order or put the whole album, because there are re-uploads of just the whole album and stuff like that. And then like, so I don't know. I'm bad at explaining things. Your girl Kendra is bad at explaining things. What is it? Basically, some songs are going to be added, some songs are not, because they are full anthology. They're anthology type songs, like the Flaming June album, or they are more interconnected than I originally remembered them being. I do actually recommend, though, if you do want to go listen to the Flaming June album, highly recommend it. Killer Song and The Invincible Soldier are some of my favorites. And they have been my favorites for a very, very long time. Specifically The Invincible Soldier, I remember being like, oh my gosh, this is a great song, this is a great song. They're harassing me. The ads are about to start. I don't know. Like I said, every time we get into, I guess, a quote-unquote red like this, I always end up, like, I guess, quote-unquote falling apart with the explanations and stuff. I think I'm just gonna have to like what I'm going to do is I'm going to make circles and they're gonna stand in for the necklace. What happened? Oh, of course I did wrong. Here we go. There we go. And then we do that. What is it? boy. Alright, lurk finish. Got my Comic Cat merch coming. Alright. See ya! See ya! See ya! See. Nah, it's fun talking with you guys. I know good and well I sound like a nonsensical, like, crazy person, but I am a nonsensical, crazy person. She has no idea what she's talking about. You're right, because I genuinely don't most of the time. I try though. I was lurking as I opened it. Ah, okay. Alright. Play with your anime merch. Play with your anime merch. Go. Be free. The anime merch. Oh, brother. What is it? I'm just kind of like chilling, spouting nonsense. One thing I do want to get better at is every time I have a topic, I said it earlier, I want to have notes, but really I kind of want to improve from like having dead air when like I end up like messing up on a topic. Like earlier when we were talking about the stuff we got on the Shoujo girls and then the conversation was just lost. I do want to improve from stuff like that because it just feels like awkwardness and dead air. Even though, like, I'm trying not to. And I know that's kind of on me a little bit because I should have kept focus and stuff like that. And yeah, I just want to improve on that. Every single time, every now and then, I always end up like casting my thing like 50 yards away. If anything, I'm just kind of happy that the manga room is finally coming to an end with like this creation process, because it should not have taken this long. It just really shouldn't have. But hey, listen, life is kind of like life. You life the life until it's lifed away, and then you life again. Get it? There we go. Life. I just realized I forgot I had a list of girls that I was gonna draw. What were some of those? I know some of them were like Peach Girl. but I know we were going to do, I think we might do Haruhi next. I think we might, but I might do Kura next. Not guaranteed, but like, at the very least. He's on the list, maybe. Probably on a future date. I think that should be it when it comes to this necklace, because that's dumb if I do. If I keep this up, this is going to be the end of me. Okay. I actually kind of got back into it because this happens every year. Have you guys heard of Twilighttober? Twilighttober. Do you guys know about that? So, to explain, every year for the month of October, Channel Awesome has one of their longtime show hosts. I think, what is it they did? No, I know nothing about that, about the world. Okay, so basically every October, and I mean this when I say this, I don't celebrate Halloween, but I always come into this one because I really love the concept, and because I've never really gotten into the Twilight Zone. Every year for the month of October, it's been going for like a couple of years now, Channel Awesome gets together with one of their one of their members, and they come together and they talk about the Twilight Zone every year. And right now I have not seen yesterday's or today's, but we're coming to the end of season 3 of them talking about the Twilight Zone, and it's really interesting how a lot of pop culture has referenced it, but nobody really talks about it. I like finally learned after all these years what that reference from Madagascar was. It's a cookbook. It took that long, and I found it by accident. Oh, brother. I can't believe that's where that came from. And the twist was actually pretty cool for like the original. But like obviously like Madagascar was like full of references. Like obviously later I knew about the Planet of the Apes one, but the cookbook one, I was like, that has to be a reference to something. But I never bothered looking into it because it was such a nothing line. But yeah, it was interesting. It's really interesting. I highly recommend you guys check it out. It happens yearly. Every October. And I always love it when it comes out. Ventus was like, oh, what did you owe about, Ventus? What did you owe about? What did you owe about? Golden is a line. The wrong one. But it's always interesting because I never really, like I said, I watch it, the Twilighttober, because what I used to think the Twilight Zone was, I thought it was a horror series. I always thought Twilight Zone was horror based. And like looking at it, it's like, no, it's not. Like some of them are like horror themes, like, oh, the ghost and stuff like that. But like for something like that, I did not expect so much like pop culture to be within it. And like, I love that series too. Yeah. What is it? We might, you know what? When we end the stream, let's like look at, let's like look at some of them. Let's look at some of them. Like for real, because I realized during my Balan play, I said we were gonna look at this Reddit post, and then I ended up not doing that. We'll look at it next week. We'll look at it later in the week. But what is it? Yeah, but like let's look into it. I always like watching it yearly, and it's just really interesting. Really, I should look at the recaps for some of them because I do sit and draw a lot, and I should look at some recaps so that I'm just prepared for the next Twilighttober that comes out next year. But regardless, it's still like really good, and I highly recommend it. What is it? What? Simplified vector lines? Vector lines. Simplify vector lines. Connect vector lines. No. What happened to it? What? Here we go. Adjust line width. I don't know. Consider the scary door. Oh, brother. I really love like the acting they had to do back then. Want to know my favorite thing to watch for Halloween? What? Like I said, I think I mentioned it earlier. I don't really celebrate Halloween. Me and my family never really did that. We participated in some Halloween events when I was a kid. But other than that, I don't really do all that stuff anymore. What is it? All I'm saying is Has-Been Hotel. Pretty much, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Like I said, I don't really watch Has-Been. So all I know is that I love the character designs, and that's about it. Concepts kind of and while I don't dislike VisiPop, it's one of those things where like a creator will make a good thing, and everything they say on Twitter, I'm just like, shut up. It's happened with a couple creators. Mostly with the YouTuber she says, but yeah, it happens sometimes. It happens. What is it? There's some YouTubers where I'm like, you do not need to say anything on this platform, bro. What is it? You know, like how there's like really good content creators, but you're just like, oh, that's a very that's an opinion on Twitter.com. Oh, brother, listen, there's some people on this platform where what is it? Well, I'm not, well, like, what is it? Like, I'm not, like I said, again, don't harass these people. There was a YouTuber, to explain, there was this YouTuber, his name is She Says. He does the series, you might recognize his name, he does the series Boundary Break. And his content and his research is really, really good. His Twitter posts are not at all. It's just not it. Not because he's a bad, what is it? All I'm saying is that, what is it? Do y'all remember when they announced Mario's voice actor? Like when they announced like Mario was getting a new voice actor for Wonder? He had stuff to say. And quite frankly, everyone, including his colleagues, collectively were like, what are you why would you say that? Who says stuff like this? But that's just me. We'll leave it at that, because we, like I said, not dogpile on the dude. He does genuinely make good content. Chris Pratt. No. With Mario Wonder, the new Mario Wonder game that people are talking about at Target. What is it? Yeah. Let's be real here. Nobody expected Chris Pratt to be good for Mario. Surprisingly, he actually did really well, but I'm pretty sure they also retook a lot of those takes. Because, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I do think, like I said, I'm not dogpiling on the guy. I just think that some things are best left in the Twitter drafts. Like, what is it? You guys see me, like, posting stuff, like, on Twitter. And a lot of that stuff, what is it? When I put something out on Twitter, I really, really, really feel something about it, and that's why I post it. But some of the stuff I post are in Twitter drafts. Like, a lot of the stuff stays in the drafts, or I outright delete them a lot later. Because I'm just like, this was a terrible post to even think of. Not because it said anything bad, it was just bad. It was just a bad post. Or maybe it did say something bad, and I'm just like, well, there was that. Actually, if you became the new VA from Mario, that would be pretty great in an ironic, terrible way. I think, how should I put this? It would be funny for a joke. A one-off joke. Not something for eternity, though. One-off joke, and that's pretty much about it. I backed out too far. In an ironically terrible way. Yeah, like I said, it would be good and funny for a one-off joke, but like something permanent? Nah. Like, what is it, the Doug Bowser meme? Not gonna lie though, I thought that was funny how they referenced that like in the actual like Nintendo Direct back then. Where they had to explain everybody was making fun of it in English. But nobody in Japan understood it, so they had to like put it in text at the bottom of the screen, being like, "Oh, the new CEO of one of like the things is Doug Bowser." Ha 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 ha! It was kind of funny. Okay, it was glitching. There we go. There we go. There's always one show I rewatch for Halloween, though, every year, by the way. Which one do you think it is? I'm going to assume it's Shiki. I don't know why. You seem kind of like a Shiki fan. It just makes sense. Either that or maybe something like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You seem kind of like a Buffy fan. That's just me though. That's just me though. It's actually Gravity Falls. Really? Gravity Falls, huh? Definitely would not have pegged you for that one. Though, I don't know. To me, I wouldn't really consider something like Gravity Falls something like... I wouldn't say like... I wouldn't say like kiddish. I technically would consider it kind of kiddish. What is it? Do that. Copy. What is it? Go. I'm like, I'm gonna get back to your message real quick, but I'm trying. What is it? Yeah, okay, yeah, you said Gravity Falls. I wouldn't really, to me personally, I wouldn't have considered Gravity Falls because, like, I know it's like mystery and stuff, but like, every year's a good year for a good mystery, no matter what time of year it is. Oops. Yeah, wait, hold on. Oops. The high quality. Higher quality and scale. And there we go. Finally. I think this looks a lot better anyway. As much as I really wanted to draw the flower necklace, it just wasn't meant to be. It was not meant to be, my fellow compadres. And with that, we've finally, well, actually no. We've talked so much. And I completely forgot her feet. Guys, so I was going back through my clips on my YouTube, not on my YouTube, on Twitch. One of you clipped feet. One of you clipped that one time I was doing feet for the unknown girl from that Vocaloid producer I was doing. One of you clipped the feet. Which one of you clipped the feet? I know it was one of you. And called it the Foot Saga. Or maybe I saw it, somebody clipped it, and then I, like, named it, but I know I did not do that. I know one of you did it. I know it was an X. I know it was an X. I know it was one of you. How? So, okay. Like, let's make the screen big. Where is it? This one? This one? Where art thou? Here we go. So a couple of weeks back, it could have... No, a couple of weeks back, I was drawing some of the girls, and at the time, I was drawing this one. This one with the excessive detail. And somebody clipped the fact that I was showing off the feet because I was talking about how difficult it is to draw shoes and position the foot just right to draw shoes and stuff. And what ended up happening is that I go into the archives. Number one, there's actually a couple of clips I want to delete because they were me clearly accidentally pressing the thing. But that foot one was not one of those times. The foot one was not one of those times. One of you did. Wait, hydrate. Dang. I really wish I could hydrate right now. I forgot to fill the thing up with water. I ended up coming upstairs, trying to set up stream, fell asleep. I had a tiny bit of water left though, so we're good. I've been hydrated once more. It was tiny, but it was mighty. What is it? Shoes are really hard to draw sometimes. I think feet themselves are really hard because it's just like, you gotta get it right so specifically. Where are the pictures? Because I know I got her foot. What's this? There it... I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Oh well. There we go, at the very least. We found the necklace sample. What is it? To be honest, I'm really proud of this, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, that's right! I gotta get back into, one thing we're going to do in the future. Once the, room is like, I don't know, maybe not, maybe we will just use it for straight manga, but one thing I want to do is I want to get together one of these days and just watch a bunch of, animated shorts. Man, sure does sound tough, can't relate, because those details get cut out in Sprite. Yup. Listen. It depends on how detailed your sprite is. If you're like doing something like super like a Hollow Cure, where Hollow Cure is simplified but has like enough details to where you can like tell. Yeah. What is it? This one. Oh man, I almost deleted this because it had the one for Kura. You can't see it back here, but there's like another one. I was about to delete it, but I'm like, don't delete it yet. I worked hard on that. And this one actually can be deleted though. What is it? No. I need to go get a thing. The feet in Hollow Cure are 2 to 4 pixels. Exactly. Exactly. And no. I need to go get a thing for her sock. It's something close to that, right? Right? Fifth this stream. Swear I'm getting more ads. Oh! I forgot. No, just roam. No. Like. Let's go to some like. What is it? She actually teamed up with Nakiso lately, and they did like another what was it called? Amino Toe. And it's kind of alright. If anything, I liked her arrangement of I Want to Be Your Lover. It was actually a really sweet one. I went to go listen to the original, and I actually liked both of them. Not gonna lie though, I was not a fan of her original Wiggle Wiggle. It was just kinda eh. I mean, Wiggle Wiggle wasn't bad, but it was eh. This one a triple ad. Oh, okay. Let me get this sample real quick and stuff of like her socks. So you're probably like wondering why am I doing that? It's because like she wears socks. She wears like fluffy socks in the MV. And it's a very specific type of sock. Bum-ba-da-bum. What is it? Like is just such a funny music video. I'm sorry. It's just so much fun. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got some detail. We got some detail on that feet. Save. Listen, if you don't see my feet, I'm gonna censor it and you gotta pay me for it. What is it? I think one of the reasons why, to get back to what you were saying, since you said you were getting like triple ads and stuff like that, I'm not kidding. So I ended up going onto Twitter just randomly, and I found out, and I forgot about it, and I should have remembered. They actually did implement something as of late, where you will get more ads, and they just they've been talking about it, but you know, they didn't talk about it. Cause they lying. Hey, I'm finding Twitch. I'm finding Twitch. But if I say what I want to do, they'll ban me. Nah, I'm not gonna do anything to them. But they should still be more vocal about this stuff. What is it? What is it? So what should we do? We should turn this on its side. And then do that duplicate layer. And there we go. And then do that. And pay attention. There we go. So yeah, they did actually implement that, and you have to like change that. You have to go in your settings and change it. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about that. So now there's a reason why you're getting more ads than usual, and I was kind of thinking that was weird. And the only reason why I found out about that was because somebody else reported on it on Twitter, and people were just like, so that's the reason why everybody's been getting more ads as of late. Like I said, as much as I do want you guys to, like, what is it? As much as I would like you guys to quote unquote not have what it, well, technically it doesn't really. Like I said, there's a reason why I dual stream. I ain't getting paid on this platform anyway, and I'm too lazy and forgetful to upload the VODs and create titles immediately. And two, it's just a lot easier just to have the VODs just be pre-installed and stuff like that. What is it? Yeah, no, I'm too lazy. You guys are like, Kendra, you can't do that. You're gonna get in trouble. Yeah, I will. But I don't care. I genuinely do not care. I mean, obviously I care for at least you guys, but like, for the most part, no, I don't. Well, actually, well, no, I don't. In regards to Twitch, to be more specific. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Nope. That looked terrible. There we go. There we go. That's good. We ain't going super well. I mean, technically we already are super detailed away. I kind of like trailed out a bit. Dun 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 dun. Also, posture reminder. Okay, can I be real here? I like bend forward all the time when I draw, and only recently have I found out people who genuinely genuinely have back pain and stuff like that when they like crouch and draw. I don't know if it's because of the way I'm sitting or because I have a good elevated chair, but I don't really get that many back pains. The only time I get back pains is when I am drawing all day. And even then, at worst, I get like more of like mental, I guess, quote unquote, mental back pain, where I'm just like, you will come out right. You will come out right. I've been doing you all day. I will find you and I will finally get you done. Kind of in an artist type of sense. I don't really get back pain that much. I also don't understand people who put their hand in a position where it also gives them carpal tunnel. And I'm just like, you guys wait, this isn't, I thought I was already getting carpal tunnel. You told me I was right, because I was worried that I was getting carpal tunnel. And then people, I think like a week or two, people were being like, all right, artists, we gotta normalize our hand like this so we don't get carpal tunnel. And I was like, I was doing it right the whole time? Ooh. I don't know. I'm kind of weird with it. I'm just like, I didn't think I was doing it right. I guess I've been doing it right the whole time. Is it my drawing style is weird here? I draw with my left hand. I'm left-handed too. What a coincidence. Like, actually, no, for real. I actually am left-handed. I remember like my teachers were shocked. They were like, "You're left-handed? Nice." I had pretty good teachers in elementary school. Mm. Mm. Here we go. Nice. Combine. There we go. And then I have things. I have things I draw, and sometimes they come out in failure. But that doesn't prevent me from drawing. Da-da-da. Wait a minute. One. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. We did it, guys. I always end up doing stuff like this every single time. I always want to get the finer details. It's whatever. What was on that one the grave? Dun 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 dun. Nothing to do but move so easy. Hey, 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 hey. That one was a song that ran out of the past. Dun 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 dun. Nothing to do but movies. Hey, 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 hey. I don't know. I'm just kind of just chilling now. Oh, All right, everybody, we finally did it. Oh my gosh, it took all of forever, but we did it. I'm probably gonna have to redo that sock. Oh my gosh. You guys are like, no, it must be done. Was it? Yep, I'm playing Mario Kart Online. Went from 2nd to 10th in an instant because 2 red shells, a bomb, and a green shell. But did you have a blue shell on board? That's all I'm asking. You know what they say, blue shells are winners. You're not a winner if you don't have one. Alright, finally. I think this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Don't worry when I don't know. I know I have a list in here somewhere. What is it? We're gonna rename it. Wrong. There we go. I mixed up her name. Put her in the Hall of Fame. Put her in the Hall of Fame. Gosh, I had so many of these to complete. Eventually, I actually do want to do some of these, redo some of these dividing. Oh, the skeleton. Oh yeah, that's right. Some of these are still the skeletons too. There's one. Oh yeah, that's right. We still gotta... I never finished Nausea! Oh my gosh. I'm wondering why this is here. I never finished Nausea. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'll take care of that. This right here is the skeleton. delete these because we don't need. I'm gonna learn. What is it? We're gonna move you down here because we need to finish you. I forgot. I ended up doing this. I was like, I need to draw Nausea. We drew Nausea and then I forgot about her. Oh my gosh. I like completely forgot about her. Oh, and this is like an old sketch. Oh my gosh. I forgot about some of these. Man, beginning to end though. The beginning and ending process to this one. And you're like, I still am very proud of what I was able to accomplish with this. This one. This one's Nausea. I actually really liked doing her bowler hat by the end of it all. Okay, here we go. This by the end. I have everything so out of whack. What is it? You can tell so many, like, for anybody, like, what is it? If you guys were there, like, near the beginning of this year, you know this took 3 months. You know this took 3 months because my, I guess, quote-unquote OCD, or my, like, at least detailed self wanted to be, like, have my cake and eat it too. It was so dumb. I was like, and I did it all for, like, a poster. I did it all for a poster. They ended up getting buried by other things, but I wasn't the only one who, like, did a segment anyway, so it happens. Delete. Making and clearing out some room, guys, so we can actually draw more girls on here. You guys have no idea, like, how much dumb stuff I save on this thing. Delete, and this one's the cave story one, so lock that one. This one we can actually get rid of a bunch of the ones regarding Like and Rona, since we are now finished with Like and Rona. And then I'm not sure if we might do Kura. I'll do Kura at another time, so we'll delete that for now. And this one. And this is deleted. We'll do Kura another time. I want to save this though, so unlock that, delete that, delete that, delete that. And this one, save that one. Oh, that's the old torso. Old torso. Delete that one. So many of these. We can save this one for next time. Save it. Oh, indeed. And then the rest of this is just Gekidons. Not Gekidon. Why do I keep saying Gekidon? A lot of this is more like just background stuff. What is it? What is it? There we go. That's an old thing I did. This one's nausea. Oh, this one's the old sketch for that's the old sketch for for Gekiyaku when I did that. That one I actually really like how Gekiyaku came out. Oh, something in this one. Alright, let's see. This one. Okay, here we go. Gekiyaku. And this one, just delete the whole thing. Okay. Here. That was it. Alright. I think the fun thing about going through a bunch of layers is realizing, wow, a lot of this stuff is useless. Oh, brother. What is it? Oh yeah, I remember this one. Gosh, these look so, well, they're the rough sketches and they're kind of ugly a little bit. So for those that don't know, I'm not gonna say what it is, but we most likely will do it in the future. When I was trying to do a poster for myself, and one of the things I was going to do is I was going to talk about the song Traffic Jam with the characters Flurry and Welter at center stage. But those plans fell through because I couldn't really personally think of like how to draw Welter and Flurry in the time span that I wanted to. And so I ended up shelving their designs. But I don't mind drawing them. We'll probably, I'm saving that because we might. I might be able to do something with that another day. So many folders. Oh my gosh. And so much old stuff. Some of this stuff can be put in hiatus. Okay, there we go. It wasn't scrolling down because it was saving and I didn't notice. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. There's the list. That's what I was looking for the whole time. What's this one? So... what was this one? I have so much. You guys are like, what the heck is this? And that's like, it's all the girls I want to draw. Why? Because I can. Some people are a part of the list. Others have already been completed. We can technically get rid of Nausea now. Because I did technically. Eventually, I do want to do some of these, like, other ones. What is it? Dividing line. Then, what is finished? In here. This has nothing in it anymore because I cleared it all out. Good. We can have less folders in this thing. can put this in the blue folder. Exchange folders. Delete this one, and then I think that should be it for right now. Get rid of the guidelines and stuff. I know. Now we have clear folders. I know you guys were like, why did you do that? And I'm just like, I don't know. It happened in the moment. Oh, brother. It happens. Get rid of the color. Divide line, nausea. A lot of these are not completed. There we go. We made the nausea just a bit tougher. Alright. Well, we can tune out for the day. Or we can continue. I did say we would look at a Twilight-tober. And I will do that. I don't know, I'm just looking at all of this and I'm just happy. It's one, I know I go on sometimes about like stuff like this, like, oh, but nothing's better. What is it? You would hate my folder organization. I have my folders divided into genre and subgenres, with those subgenres having all different tropes in that genre. Let's be real here. Organization is key. Organization is key, and then you have to go back and reorganize. I sometimes have to go back and reorganize some of the characters by skin layer, hair layer, and all that stuff after I did that, because I know good and well last time I didn't do that, it did crash on me. So I go back like a lot times later when I do stuff like that. So trust me. Yeah. Oh brother, gosh, I'm probably, dang, just this. I love this. It came out good. And nausea, man, I actually gotta go back and redo some of this because this looks trash. Some of this looks trash. Her eyes are so low. Why are her eyes so low? I think I was trying to replicate the manga, but the thing is that, not the manga, the anime, but the thing is that my eyes are so big that it makes her, it just looks wrong. Though granted, I never finished this sketch. I immediately went on to do my other project at the time. And, I just ended up forgetting about her because I ended up abandoning her. And if you notice, I moved her down because originally Nausea was up here, but I replaced it and I like ended up, because this is still the sketch. I ended up going and doing Nana from Harumaki Gohan because originally I ended up ditching Nana for Flurry and Welter earlier. But I ended up actually finishing Nana because originally I was going to talk about Harumaki Gohan stuff, and that ended up falling through. And then eventually it led to me canceling the other project that eventually I do want to revive. It's just like, I don't know how and stuff like that. So, oh brother, I still like how this came out. You'd be surprised. This is not, I actually kind of want to keep some of this. And I'm gonna go over it. This was before I think I ended up, this is not cleaned up, by the way. This Nana sketch right here is not cleaned up. I had a bad habit of saving, the body sketches because I wanted to make sure I was doing the heads and stuff right. And some of them can be saved, but like others were like, they were not worth saving. Bro, they were clearly not worth saving. But yeah, I think we're gonna do a Twilight-tober and stuff like that. And then I just really like looking at this. This is just beautiful to me. Because the amount of like, it was Nuku Nuku first. I want to redo this Nuku Nuku because she's not dynamic enough. Hello there, fellow Kendra. Hi, Kendra Bratton. Everybody meet Kendra Bratton. Go sub to her. I ended up finding her because because I was watching this VTuber video So this is the lore, Kendra. This is how I found you. I remember somebody finding out. What is it? They were like, this YouTuber was like, here's how to stand out as a VTuber. Number 1, have a standout name that nobody's used before. And I ended up thinking, I think Kendra's a common enough name. And look, you and I are the only Kendras, and even then, you outrank me. You outrank me in the search history thing, which I don't doubt why. You were there first. You were there first. How do I outrank you? Well, you outrank me because you take up more search. When you look up Kendra, you come up first. That's how I found you. Definitely do better posts than me. I sound like a schizophrenic on my own, like Twitter and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, but you're good. And to be honest, I don't mind that. Mostly because, like, listen, we should all succeed in this platform. What is it? We were talking about, and we were gonna wrap up and watch a Twilight-tober from Channel Awesome for the month of October. Not every day, but like, you know, Twilight-tobers are super cool. What is it? We were also going over like all the girls I've drawn for like the past like year, 2 years technically. This is 2 years since I've started, and we just finished up this one based on the Korean singer Roan with her song Like and her latest collaboration with fellow utaite Dasby. And of course we got Geki Yaku, the one and only Pigami, who I don't doubt if we do that. Oh, that looks really amazing. Yeah. And Naja. Man, I still gotta finish this Naja sketch. Some of it I actually want to go back and redo to make it a lot more dynamic. The bag and everything, mostly the ribbon. I did it kind of like that because I wanted to show off her locket, but like the ribbon's gotta be more dynamic. It's just gotta be. For all you shoujo girlies out there, listen. I make fun of you sometimes, but listen. We all got good taste together. We got good taste. We all got good taste. And unfortunately, for all the people in there, we still have a couple more to go. I gotta catch up with Operation True Love with Suah. I have like dropped off since we last made this list. Oh, brother. You guys probably noticed I had Naja over Eleanor Forte, Pumpkin, and V-Flower. And that's because at the time, I was planning on doing that project I was talking about. I was planning on doing that and until the end of this year. I was gonna do it till the end of this year. And then I was going to spend time and do like a collaboration thank you message to everybody who listened. And then eventually, like I said, those plans fell through and I was never able to really make it out and do the show and stuff like that. Small spoiler right there, but still. And they ended up falling through and I ended up having to cancel the whole thing, and it made me sad, but I'd rather have my health and be there for like I'd rather keep my mental health up instead of rushing. It also didn't help that I ended up switching platforms, which I still gotta learn and get used to. I forgot the name of it. Reaper. I still have to learn Reaper, and I have not touched Reaper or even DaVinci at all. Even though good and well I know I should, and I should be using those platforms to get HD clips instead of my phone clips. But hey, baby steps of laziness. I'm not sure who will start next. I think what I'll do is I'll finish the sketches up for a lot of these, and then we'll move on to Haruhi Fujioka. And then we'll kind of just bounce from the list from there, depending on what I want to do. I would like to do Ironina. Ironina. From the song Ironina, because I really, really, really love that song. For those that don't know, that's a Niru Kajitsu song, and your girl gosh, I fell so head over heels for her design. Oh my gosh. Ironina, I'm gonna pull up a clip of, I'm gonna pull up an, what is it? Ironina. I'm gonna pull up an image of Ironina. She is so freaking adorable. Oh my gosh. What is it? And apparently I'm not the only one too, because everybody turned it into a ship song. Gosh, somebody already made a gender bent version. What is it? Dun, 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 dun. She's such an adorable design. Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea. Where is it? There's also a cover by Haruko. Haruko also did a really good. I cannot find a good picture of Ironina. I gotta like look up the song apparently. What is it? The confirmation code. And not only that, I really like the song too, because it's a really good message. It's a really sweet message. Where is it? Where is it? Here's with it. Oh man, there's not like one thing I don't like about some Voicalay producers, even though they come up with these cutest designs and like coolest, cutest, sweetest, awesomest designs. What is it? What is it? They come up with the coolest, cutest, sweetest, awesomest designs, and then they don't put out a character sheet for them. You got some exceptions like Wuma, who like, while I don't think it's a good character sheet, she pulled out a character sheet for Zyka. With Hiragi Kirai's song for Ava. And the reason why I say it's not a good one is because there are some things on the character sheet that aren't clear. Here we go. Nina. Ironina. Here we go. Look at her. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. Her song, her whole thing. Oh my gosh. It's such a cute song. And the message of the song is so good. The message of the song is so good. The thing with the reason why we won't start on her immediately though is because for a lot of these, the only reason why some characters don't get drawn immediately, like how I jump from Haruhi to Ironina, is because I have to come up with a pose first before I come up with before I draw the character. For Haruhi, it would be it would be nearly spilling a tray of tea, or holding on to multiple things. And for Ironina, I have kind of a Betty Boop-ish kind of vibe for her, but it's still not solidified, so we'd probably just skip to Mastermind Chiaki and stuff like that. So hold on, let's pull up the Twilightober episode, so hold on. Is this it? No, I don't think. No, this isn't it. No, wait, it is it. No, it's not. I have failed. There we go. We technically have 2 Twilightober things, but I didn't watch the one from yesterday. So we might watch both of them. And I'll pause for commentary's sake if I have anything to say, because obviously people don't make this stuff for free. They make it for publicity. The publicity, not publicity, the publicity. All right, so let's tune on in. Cavender is coming. That's okay.
What's that saying? If at first you don't succeed, do the exact same thing again without making almost any changes and hope it works? Is that right? No? But what do you know?
Hey, it's not of my life.
Cavender's coming. Perennial klutz Agnes Grepp is having a rather
Dang.
rough go of it on Earth. In turn, the 3rd Celestial Division in charge of Guardian Angel placement brings in slacker Harmon Cavender to help her. He's warned by his boss that this is his last chance to earn his wings, or he'll be demoted. 24 hours are on the clock for Cavender to substantially improve Grepp's life and make her happy. After being fired from an usherette job, the angel appears to Agnes and explains the situation. Initially ignoring his pitch, she's convinced by Cavender performing a few miracles. Eventually, he's able to spell out what he's hoping to help her with, making her independently wealthy without the need for employment. He magically places
Ken became a reaction
savings
streamer.
account
Only because
where she has a high
what is it?
social status.
Only because like I haven't watched these, so I thought it would be pretty cool. Some of the videos I've watched that I've shown you guys are stuff that I've already seen. So I'm trying to like not do that as much. Like we're never gonna unfortunately watch an internet historian video unless he pumps out a new one, because unfortunately I have seen them all. And then well, technically we can watch the Fallout 76 one because, well, that one's funny. And I have a few things to say about that one. So maybe yes, maybe not. It happens.
Agnes must then adjust to her new lot in life, as Cavender celebrates his perceived victory by drinking himself silly. Thus far, this is perhaps the most
dumb.
frustrating, painful episode I've had to sit through for the making of one of these videos.
Dang.
I've seen it before, but I had very little memory of it, and there was a lot of background information to research. I watched it all the way through 3 different times because there are 2 versions and a commentary track that is overloaded with information on the Blu-ray. Before we jump into the specific,
don't do that, everybody. I mean it when I say this. Don't do stuff like that. When you like overload the person with information with like background detail, it's cool. It just depends on how you do it.
Specifics of Cavender is coming. Let's talk about how and why this was made in the first place. If this premise sounds familiar, it's because we've talked about it before. Season 1's Mr. Beavis is very clearly the exact
ever seen
same
I Did a
plot,
Thing
and that
video?
was by design.
I don't think so.
This episode was a backdoor pilot for a series that
Maybe we can watch that one tomorrow.
CBS.
Let's watch that one tomorrow.
Badly. But the idea of an angel
Hold on
trying
real
to
quick.
help a
Because apparently we got something. Alright, I'm back. He interesting. Or try watching Styro's Pyro. You know what? Why not? Tomorrow can be a react day. We can just react to a bunch of stuff. Why not?
A human buffoon on Earth was just too appealing to let go of, since Cavender is Coming was also a backdoor pilot for a potential comedy called Sight of the Angels. The episode was actually named
Backdoor comedy? What is it?
Last
Can I be real here? Backdoor pilots are so interesting because, like, not a lot of producers and stuff like that. What is it? Because people still do them. It's just that, like, studios don't want to take the risk anymore. And that frustrates me to no end. I think there was, like, OKKO. They tried to pitch this all-girl, like, Power Rangers-esque team. And the studio shut them down, despite everybody saying they really, really loved this team idea. And everybody was just like, why would you do that?
Minute, since United Artists owned the title at the time. There's evidence of this late change and Rod's coming attraction at the end of the previous episode.
Next week, Cavender is coming.
It's hilariously obvious that they ADR'd the new title under Serling's mismatched lips. Rod was a big fan of Carol Burnett, and the two became friends after meeting in person.
I can see. She looks like a nice person.
The Twilight Zone and was hoping Rod could get her onto the show somehow. Cavender is Coming is the result of Serling writing an installment to star the comedy legend. Why Rod thought it was a good idea to reuse the same concept from one of his worst scripts, I don't know, but he wanted to give it another shot, and it missed by about 6 miles. They got well-known funny man Jesse White on board as a more playfully inept angel than the one in Beavis, with the idea being he'd help a new person every week. If the series got picked up, it's possible Cavender would have been recast with rumored replacements at the time, including TZ veterans Martin Balsam, Keenan Wynn, Larry Blyden, Burgess Meredith, Art Carney, Buddy Epson, and even Mr. Beavis himself, Orson Bean. When the show first aired, it was the one and only Twilight Zone episode to have a laugh track. On re-airings and other releases, the laugh track is not present. However, it is available on the Blu-ray set as an extra feature.
Can I be real here?
I watched both
a laugh track is a make or break. Let's be real here. Laugh tracks, make or break stuff. It can be painful. Laugh tracks can be painful. Can I be absolutely honest with you? It can be absolutely painful. It makes or breaks a series. A good example, modern Disney and their use of laugh tracks.
Versions to get a sense of if things played differently or if there was any significant improvement. Unfortunately, it's the same crummy episode with or without the canned laughter. I know the chuckles from the imaginary audience is a reviled aspect to the original airing, but I will say this. There are a lot of awkward dead spots without it. Its absence almost makes getting through the runtime tougher.
Yep.
Seems to be considerable.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Yep. I mean it when yep, pretty much like what I just said. What is it? Somebody made an episode. Somebody made this clip of what would happen if you remove the laugh track from the Big Bang Theory, and you can tell so desperately that they have way too many moments where you pause, they want you to pause and laugh, and they insert the laugh track. Modern Marvel does it too, and it sucks just as much when they do it. I know they had a couple of spots like that in Infinity War, because there's this scene in Endgame, in like the final Endgame movie, and there's a scene where they think that the time travel won't work, and then Ant-Man says a swear word, and it's paused for like 10 seconds, and you can feel the pause, and I'm just like, oh, they wanted people to laugh here. It wasn't even funny, too. It wasn't even funny. That's what made it more painful. It was just paused, and it wasn't funny. And and you can tell it wasn't trying to be dramatic either. It was just bad.
You can do with just arms and legs, not to mention your mouth. There seems to be considerable question about the damage you can do with just arms and legs, not to mention your mouth.
Oh.
I'm probably in the minority on that.
Infinity was not great.
It
had great moments. It had great moments.
It was some kind of
but I'm a part of that crowd that saw that clip of the boys when the girls beat up that Nazi, and I'm like, wow. None of the girls on screen have all the girls that they put in that girl boss scene barely interacted with each other. Mind you, me, my mom, and my sister all binged Infinity War in 2 weeks. The only one I felt sad for was for Black Widow, and that's only because, and I think this was so stupid, they gave her a movie when she died, and that's the only time they ever wanted to give her a movie, because she died, because they clearly didn't think she deserved a movie on her own where she was alive. I know that sounds dumb, but think about it. Think about it. They gave Iron Man 3 movies, 2 of them sucking, by the way. And they gave Black Widow a movie when she died.
Or the main character was trapped in one or something. It doesn't help the show's content, but with it in there, it's easier to pretend we're not watching our beloved series. Cavender is Coming plays out like a total parody. This is beyond just a comedic-leaning story. At least if it was funny, we could all get something positive out of it. But there's not a single smirk-inducing moment to be found. Everything is forced, contrived, cliched, even by early 1960s standards, and a total slog to watch. I think part of it is that we already saw this idea bomb several seasons earlier, and it felt like reliving a nightmare. That likely made my fuse much shorter with this one. Hocus Pocus and Frisbee easily proved comedic episodes could be pulled off, so it's even more confusing to see such an intelligent, creative guy like Serling make the same mistake twice.
Squirrel.
Let's get this straight. Carol Burnett is an international treasure. People have loved her for decades for good reason. She's been making people laugh for generations, and she does her best to add her charm here. However, when you have a script and directing this bad...
Whoa! I'm gonna need them not to have her eyes stare...
Serling incorporated elements from her real background at the beginning of the show, even having one of the characters shout her real last name, which I'm sure all could have been very funny in another story.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd ever seen an uninteresting dive through glass in any series or movie, but this episode managed to do it twice.
Oh, okay, I can see why.
I'm sorry.
What they should have done with that, I see why he said that was uninteresting. You know what they should have done? Have her dive, do a roll, and then end up at the desk, and you see her roll. And you see her bump into the desk.
Tell him I resign.
Jesse White
that one was also really bad.
Irritating. The Angel has this interruptive conversation.
Should have done a backflip to the other window.
More than once, and it came off awkward both times.
There used to be trolleys here, and then they took up the tracks.
I happen to be your guardian angel. Now, I know this might come to you as rather a shock.
Used to cost a dime.
Yes, I know. As I was saying, it seems that you can't hold on to a job.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Now, the way we attack this employment problem is to fix it so that you're independently wealthy and don't even need employment.
Wine. I have some sherry.
The timing was off, the editing didn't help, and the fact that they repeated it came across as desperate for laughs. White had a very long and successful career. It's unfortunate everything...
My thing, though, is, like, I also watch, like, these Twilight... What is it?
In this episode.
I also watch these episodes because I also like seeing, like, what also could have been done. A lot of the execution for this episode really could have worked if a lot of it was more over the top, over dramatic. And quick and snappy and stuff like that. Like how she was saying the wine and stuff like that. She should have said it quicker. Even started just what is it? Just shooting out just a ton of like drink options and stuff like that. Wine, water, tea, just even stuff that's considered even a non-beverage. Just to make the audience be like, what? Why would you say that? Stuff kind of just like that. What is it? Angel's, what is it? Angel's spirit? What is it? Angel Spare, I think that's what it's called, the drink. I just learned about that today. Angel Share.
Back directing was Christian Nibby. He had helmed another dud, Showdown, with Rance McGrew earlier in the season. Nibby was 0 for 2 and wouldn't return to direct another installment. After this piece of junk, I could understand why. While not blameless himself by any means, Rod Serling shared his opinions of Nibby's directing along with his thoughts on the episode in general in a letter to Carol Burnett before it aired. Quote, "The show you did for us is not good, and it's not bad, which makes it lousy. With a combination of talents like yours and Jesse's, it should have been whoppingly exceptional.
Yep.
That it isn't points up to the fact that you were done wrong by all concerned."
Pretty much, yeah. You can tell, like, you can have an all-star cast. Like, I think a good example is, like, what voice actors say. You can have an all-star cast of voice actors all you want. But if the director sucks, oh well, that's just how it is.
The script, I guess, is part of the trouble, but even more culpable is the direction. This was quite the most heavy-handed, ham-fisted, squarest direction I've ever cried through.
Yep.
God knows when it's scheduled for, and I hope you'll be out on a ferry boat someplace and you won't have to see it.
Thanks.
I promise you that if given a second chance, ever, I will make it up to you. End quote.
That's harsh.
Jr., author of The Twilight Zone, Unlocking the Door to a Television Classic, for that passage.
Yikes. The twist! The twist!
Agnes is quickly overwhelmed by her new surroundings and sneaks off to her old apartment while Cavender sleeps off his night of heavy drinking. When he finds her, she's saddened to report that her room has been rented out and none of her friends recognize her. Cavender admits that's the price for a new life. Grep demands things be returned to the way they were, and reluctantly, the angel obliges. Agnes is ecstatic to see her friends again, thanking Cavender from her apartment window. Herman is summoned back to the 3rd Celestial Division, where he's reamed for his failure until his boss sees that Agnes is happier than ever. He then changes his tune and says the angel will be reassigned to other struggling humans as Cavender gleefully walks off, mischievously puffing on a cigar. What a train wreck. Maybe you think I'm being too hard on this one. Look, if I praise the great stuff, which Lord knows there's plenty of in this show, as brilliant, I have to call out the bad stuff too. And this was bad. The overly cheesy music, lazy costume design, flat comedy, inconsistent story, unlikable characters, and just plain unpleasant moments torpedoed this thing from the very beginning. It's crazy to me that they spent more money on this than most episodes and shot it over 5 days instead of the usual 3 to turn in something this far below standard. I think giving Carol Burnett and or Jesse White a more semi-serious role could have created something unique and showcased their range, like Jonathan...
What is it? You know what would have been interesting? I know people are like, what do you mean by this? Buddy comedy. Buddy comedy. Like cop buddy comedy. The straight man and the serious guy. Have the straight man say just some of the goofiest lines. Have them do stuff that you normally wouldn't see them do and say and stuff like that. That's how you would do that type of stuff. And then have like, you know, goofy comedy. I don't know. I hope that makes sense.
Winters had the chance to do in a game of pool. A shame we never got to see a small risk like that taken and instead got a rehashing of an already dead idea to try and make yet another failed spin-off series. Do I have any final little details to tell you? Sure. John Fielder was back as another character who hates the lead. This time, I don't blame Piglet for having a temper. I think this was the first example of Rod saying "submitted for your approval" as the narrator, which became a pretty famous phrase. And there was no preview for the following week's show, which just so happened to be the Season 3 finale and a very strong episode called The Changing of the Guard. I can't wait to talk about that one. So let's get the hell out of here before Cavender finds us and drags us down to watch this on repeat with Rocky Valentine being tortured forever in a deep, dark corner of the Twilight Zone.
Yep. All right, everybody. I was going to do that, but I did get called to do something else. So we won't be watching the Season 3 finale. I'll be doing that on my own time. But, well, as you would know, to all my lovely viewers, my lovely, lovely, lovely viewers, we shall tune out, and I shall see thee tomorrow. Let us find someone to raid. I know we did all that drawing for 2 hours of basically nothing, but conversations and stuff like that. But I still had fun when I did it. Again, yeah. Let us see, na 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 na. Dream, 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 dream. Also, bye. Not yet. Also, because I almost forgot again, I had over the weekend and even earlier today, a couple people followed me. There we go. Thank you, Spooky Tunes, for what is it? No, Spooky Tunes we talked to last time. Thank you, Dibs, for the follow yesterday. Thank you, J Pool Nugget, for the follow today. Because I almost forgot, and I don't want to forget them. Dun 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 dun. Who is it? We got Fangu. She's playing Unga. Browsing the Itch.io. So let's go with Fangu. And I shall see thee next time. Bye-bye. Lol. Bye, everybody. I had a lot of fun today.